Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Alex Ortiz from Sunset Homes Real Estate here with a social distancing topic today with my good friend Gordon Cooper from New American Funding. Before I get any further, you can find the full content on my website, alexortizrealestate.com, or you can go to my YouTube channel or just go to my website. You'll find everything there. But once again, today we have my good friend Gordon Cooper from New American Funding. Go ahead and say hello, Gordon.
Hello, everybody. Hope you're staying safe, and we want to give you some great information here.
Right. So, guys, today a lot of stuff has been going on in the markets, especially the real estate market, with loans, with interest rates, with pricing, with people have been coming up with different questions. And so I brought one of the best guys that I know to help me answer some of these questions because he's the professional in lending. So we're going to cover two topics today. Topic number one is refinancing and the interest rates. Topic number two is buying a home, especially in today's market with everything going on. But the ultimate goal for today's topic is basically one thing, whether you're owner of a home and you're looking to refinance or buy another house, or you're ready to buy a home for the first time. The goal is creating options for yourself. And that's what we really want to talk to you today. So Gordon, a lot of talk in the news about interest rates and about how that affects homeowners. Some homeowners are ready to sell their house and some are not ready to sell their house. And the next best option would be for them to refinance if they haven't done so already. And so let's talk a little bit about that today. Gordon, off the top, refinancing and interest rates. We talked about why. Can you elaborate a little bit? We have 4 topics here on why people should look into refinancing in today's market.
There is a why, 4 whys we actually have. One of them is just we want to get a lower interest rate. Lower interest rate can increase, if it's just rate and term loan, that could increase your cash flow. You keep it same. If you're on a 30-year loan, we keep doing a 30-year loan. That's the first. Lower interest rate, you pay less in interest to the bank over the life of the loan. And our second topic is, Alex?
Lower payments. Lower payments right there.
Yes, lower payments. So lower payments come with if we can lower your payment, no matter what, that increases your cash flow. That money can be used either to pay off other bills, or I tell you right now, the stock market looks bad, but it will rebound, and you can continue to invest in your future and your retirement.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Oh, sorry, go ahead, please. And I think that's something that we talked about with a lot of my clients recently, that you're owning your home is your biggest investment, right? Outside of maybe having a
yes, your home is your biggest investment, and what people don't realize is that unlike rent, when you are a renter, you don't typically get to call up your landlord and say, hey, I'm going to fill out my form so you can lower my payment on my rent. But we can do that with home ownership. And that's one of the beauties of home ownership, which allows you to become able to refinance. And we'll just call it rent, lower your rent.
Yeah, definitely. Well, that's the thing. Lower payments. I think in the last 6 months to a year, some of the clients that you helped me purchase their first home, you've already been able to help them out to drop their payments significantly. So they're saving maybe even a couple $1,000s a year on their mortgage. Is that
right?
Right?
I'll give you an example now of a person who bought a house 8 months ago. Higher interest rate, but they got the house they wanted. I am lowering their payment $459 a month. Now that's a huge savings for them, and we happened to time that market right, and they were staying in touch with me, letting them know what would happen when the rates go down. And I did contact them, and they pulled the trigger, which is what we're talking to you about now. Why should you be ready to do this?
Okay, so that's good, man. So number 1, lower the interest rates. Number 2, lower your payment. We have 2 more topics on why you should look into refinancing your home loan. Number 3 is a shorter term. You want to elaborate on that?
Yeah, shorter term means this, taking a person, maybe you've been paying on your house 7 years already, okay? So you go, oh, well, I don't really want to extend it. Well, and that's the case, why don't we look into doing a 20-year loan or possibly a 15-year loan? That actually then shortens your term. We actually probably give you a lower interest rate. And usually what I find out, it still may be even able to lower your payment or even keep it even. And you just continue on the same path, but you do have a house paid off within that time frame of 30 years if that's what you were tracking. Short term also allows you to save a lot of money. I've seen as much as $30, $40, $50,000 saved between a 30-year loan and a 20-year loan.
Yeah, and that's something I think even right now, people who are, buying their house for the first time, would you say like, or just even refinancing, they're young, late 20s, early 30s, refinancing to maybe a 15-year loan. That way by the time they're, 50 years old, the house is already paid off. I mean, that's something and they're saving money. They can save $30,000 to $40,000 in the life of their loan. I mean, that's amazing, no?
Yeah, and what happens, they will be able to continue to save and create more wealth along the way. And if they need tax write-offs, it's funny, I'm going to talk about that, and you can always check with your accountant, but currently you're going to get the same tax write-off if you pay off your house, and then if you want to go ahead and give away $10,000 to your favorite charitable organization, you will still have a tax write-off, equaling the same as having mortgage interest.
That's great. That's great. Okay. And the last reason why you should consider refinancing your house, we wrote down here repairs and consolidate. So you want to elaborate a little bit on that?
Yes. So everybody knows that credit card debt, you may have some. You may have a car loan. What we can do, which we have to be thoughtful about that process, is we can consolidate your cards that are at, maybe they're going down now because the prime rate is at 0, but they're still going to be 17, 18%. But if we're talking about getting you into a loan of under 4%, for example, that's a huge savings. And you can actually potentially, if you want, pay off all your credit card debt. And what I'm going to recommend you do so you don't do it all over again, a couple crazy things. One is just cut up all those credit cards. Another second idea is, someone shared this with me. If you're in love with your credit cards, just put them in a bucket, put some water in it, and then stick it in the freezer. And by the time you can figure out, you got to chisel it out to go buy that something that you think you need. The next day you change your mind, you don't want it anymore. But the goal of consolidating would be to free you up, so that way you can then take your money and you can apply it into your future, not the bank's future.
Okay. And so once again, guys, those are the four different topics on exactly why you should probably look into refinancing. Let me recap those. 1, lower your interest rate. 2, lower your payments. 3, shorter term. And 4, repairs and consolidate. You want to be mindful about number 4 as well. I know a lot of people do pull money out of the house, which isn't a bad thing. But I've always been taught, be very mindful on how you use that money, because like we spoke about before, this is the largest investment you'd probably make in your life. And this is essentially could potentially be cutting into your retirement plan, or maybe even your inheritance for your children or someone else in your family, right?
That's right. And the other thing we got to think in mind is, which we're going to talk about, is selling your home to move into another one. So if we take all the equity out, you don't get to move.
Now, if people are interested in refinancing their home loan, their current home loan, I wrote down what you should do. And I wrote down 2 things. I put number 1, get your paperwork ready, and 2, why it's in order for you to stay ready. So you want to elaborate on that. So what you should do in terms of like getting the paperwork done and why you should do that.
All right. Well, unless you probably are in the business and you have everything set aside so you can just send them right over in a heartbeat. Usually it takes people a little while to get their paperwork together. When we're talking about tax returns, W-2s, pay stubs, all the things that probably you're working on your own business, those are not things that are ready handy. And in order to put you in a position so that we can lock your loan in, what I'm doing with customers now is I'm collecting all their upfront paperwork, putting them in the system, running their credit, making sure we don't have any problems, getting the loan approved by an underwriter, and then we are doing what we call floating the interest rate. Float means we're going to talk about what rate's going to work for you, okay? And then what we're going to do, once that rate hits that day, which we feel it's coming in the future, maybe it's already here for you today, you just haven't checked into it, then we lock you in, and we don't have to be calling you for all the documentation. There will be a few items that we need to continue to update, but it's very minor considering what takes place up front when you're doing a loan. Man, most of you have done a loan, maybe 2 loans, so you know exactly what I'm talking about.
Okay. And so last but not, I think you've already given us some examples on the benefits of refinancing your home loan. Is there anything else you want to elaborate on that one?
Well, the big benefits are, one thing that I didn't share, which is something that New American Funding, who I'm with, we offer what we call the I can loan. The I can loan means this: I can do a loan any term. In other words, let's say we talk about a 15-year loan. You say that's way too high payment, but then I have the option to give you an 18-year loan. Well, that gives you maybe another option as far as a lower payment that fits your needs. Or if you want a 24-year loan, okay, I can give you a 24-year loan that fits your needs. And we create these options for you so that we can work not just to fit into the 15 or 30 mold, but to fit into your budget.
That's great. That's phenomenal. Well, you know, you answered a lot of questions there. I know, you know, if you guys want to rewind it, listen to it again, that's a lot of information. But look, it's really boiled down into 3 different things in a sense. Number one, why? It's essentially just to free up money for you. Refinancing allows you to free up money for you on different levels. Number 2, if you're thinking about it, get your paperwork in, start it now. So when the time comes, you're able to do that transaction quickly without having to, you know, go look for the paperwork. I mean, I have my tax returns filed away somewhere, but still it takes time to go look for all the pay stubs and all that jazz that you might need. And then last but not least, once you get all that information completed, you said that you can float the loan, meaning that when it's the right time, you guys can lock in that rate and move forward with the refinance, correct?
That's right. And we'll typically do 30 or 45-day lock, which if you've done the upfront work, we can probably close it quicker than that, but we want to have a time frame to push it through, making sure everything is set up for you so you win in this pursuit of that lowest rate. And not just the lowest rate, but the way to save you money.
Okay, great. And then last but not, in terms of refinancing, with everything going on with COVID-19 and things like that, are there any misconceptions that you, in terms of like refinancing or interest rates, that you'd want to address right now, or anything that you see that's been a problem with people contacting you within the last week or 2?
Well, no, and here's the thing that my company, New American Funding, we've been set up to do online applications. We send you links. We can do that. We have secured ways for you to upload documents. You know, we can do Federal Express mail, but we have very quick ways that now seem to be more important than ever, keeping what we're calling the social distancing.
Okay.
We even have special notaries that are still going out and practicing that social distancing just to follow the mandate and try and win this battle that we're in.
Yeah. Okay. Well, great stuff, man. So that was topic number 1. Topic number 2, and we're gonna cut this video in half. We'll have 2 videos.